This week on 49ers Sac-Hi Sports, the league races are red hot. In baseball, we have the VOL battle with Central Catholic and East Union. Tri-City League play has Tokay taking on Lincoln, and Vacaville faces Vanden in MEL play.
Softball features Rodriguez and Vacaville. Boys volleyball has Pioneer meeting Rio Linda, plus the story of the Intercom softball star nearing graduation with one special person in mind. 49ers Sac-Hi Sports starts right now.
Welcome to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Braunstein. We start tonight in the Tri-City League, where Tokay enters the week on top of the standings. The Tigers meeting Lincoln this week in a 3-game set.
The Trojans begin the week 1 game back of Tokay, but with a Lincoln win in Game 1, Tokay and Lincoln are now tied in the standings along with 2 other Tri-City League teams. Game 2 of the series being played on Wednesday. Tokay taking on Lincoln. The Tigers looking to even up the series, but it's the Trojans threatening early. Runner on second. Lincoln tries to bunt him over, but Brock Sell makes a great play, nabbing the lead runner. We are scoreless after 3 frames. Top of the 4th, Tokay with a runner on first. Brett Grady hits a deep fly ball to right. That is real deep. An extra base hit for Grady as Roan Kelly scores the first run of the ball game. 1-0 Tigers. But the Trojans respond in the bottom of the inning. Runners on the corners for Caden Tran. A base hit through the 5-6 hole. Diego Davis comes in to score. We are tied at 1. Dom Sanford on the mound for Lincoln. One of his 7 strikeouts ends the top of the 5th. He heads to the dugout to let his offense get to work. Here's Thomas Eaton. A blooping ball to left field. Drops in there for a base hit. Ryan Hunter stretches it into 2 bases. So does Eaton. 2 runners in scoring position for Diego Davis. This ball is crushed to right field. Eaton and Hunter score. Davis legs out a triple, and Diego's 2 RBI triple makes it 3-1 Lincoln. Catcher Caleb Hendricks follows it up with a base hit to right, taking advantage of the drawn-in infield. Lincoln with the 4-run lead after the inning. Top of the 6th, 1 on for Matthew Casillas, and it is a towering ball to right field. This one is out of here. A 2-run shot for the Tigers center fielder, and we head to the top of the 7th with the Trojans up 6-3. Runner on first, Adam Koppinen hits a ball to left. That's a base hit. Ryan Oliveri into second, and this is going to end Sanford's day, throwing just 88 pitches in 6 1/3. It'll be up to his bullpen to get the save. Brock Sell is the next batter, and that's an RBI knock. 6-4 Lincoln. Next batter, Corey Sugg, a ground ball to Davis, and what a play from the shortstop. 1 runner scores, and that puts the tying run on third with 2 outs. Grady already with 2 hits on the day, and this one is hit nicely, but Eaton tracks it down, and Lincoln holds on to take the 6-5 win. The Trojans clinching the series win.
Party up in here. Placer having a good time in the dugout as they traveled up to Nevada Union. We picked this sucker up in the 2nd inning. Nick Schaefer leading off first, but NU ends the inning here as second baseman Ty Malik lays out, robs a hit, and gets the out at first. But in the bottom of the 2nd, Placer was like, we could play some defense too. Schaefer behind the dish, and he's like, yo, bro, second base is closed. And he throws out the runner. We're still tied at 1. 3rd inning, we go. Placer got their hitting shoes on. Already up 2-1 with 2 on for Jake Graham, who laces the pitch down the right field line for a double, and that clears the bases. Hillman up 4-1. Bottom 3, Nevada Union has 2 runners on for their dude, Ryder Salenza, and he's smashing and grabbing. Drills the pitch to the gap, grabbing bases on the way. 2 runs come in to score, and it's now a 4-4 ball game. Next batter, Lucas Mackey, and he trades places with Salenza as he hits one down the line and left. Ryder comes in to score, and Mackey cruises into second with a double. To the 4th we go. Game tied at 5 now, and with 2 on, Hayden Bailey goes with the pitch to right for a single, and that's going to roll for days. That clears them, and Mason Zarilli and Cam Staten come in to score, and the Hillman leads 7-5 as Bailey ends up on third. And he would score the 8th run here as this wild pitch is made. Bailey is in, and the Hillman extend their lead to 3. To the 5th, Placer at the bat. Cohen Myers lifts a fly to center. Carter Van Marte makes the catch on the play. Schaefer tags and scores as Placer builds their lead to 5. In the 7th, Cohen Myers steps up with Daniel Corky on first, and the Sac State commits like, Yo, you like apples? How about them apples? A 2-run blast over the wall and left, and that would do it. Jack Williamson went 7 strong innings, picking up the W for the Hillmen as they take the series over NU.
Pleasant Grove taking on St. Francis Friday afternoon in a Delta League showdown. The Eagles with a leadoff hit, but catcher Isabel Vela guns down the runner trying to steal second. That clears the bases. But Pleasant Grove eventually scoring in the inning on a hard hit ball from Riley Bigley. Riley's hit hops the fence and left, scoring Shaylin Stinson and Lindsey Paredes 2-0 Eagles after 1. Pitcher Madeline Lawson keeps the Trubies off the board in the top of the second. 4 strikeouts through 2 innings for her, and her offense puts a couple more on the board in the bottom of the inning. 2-run score on this error. Faith Hahn and Mindy Bryan, 4-0 Eagles. Runners on first and second for PG in the 5th. Bigley, a base hit up the middle. Alexis McFarland fields and throws home. Vela gets knocked over but holds on to the ball for the out at home plate. Nice assist from Farland. Top of the 6th, Claire Crotein with a high pop-up down the left field line. Nice try by Maddie Escobar, but that falls in for a base hit. But Maddie with a great play later in the inning, turning the double play with Stinson and Paredes. St. Francis remains scoreless. Bottom of the 6th, Truby shortstop Francesca Guerrero with a diving stop, but Heidi Witt beats the throw by half a step to put runners on first and second. Still a great play. Hahn moves everyone up a station on the opposite field base hit, putting 3 on board for Lindsey Paredes, and that's a base hit to right. Strong throw from Crotein, holds the runner at third, but 1 scores to make it 6-0. Next batter is Zoe Iverson, a long ball to center, and this is a grand slam. Iverson puts this game on ice. Pleasant Grove goes up 10-0, putting the run rule into effect. Lawson pitches a 6-inning shutout with 7 strikeouts.
Garrison reporting here where Folsom Boys Lacrosse hosts Oak Ridge on a chilly night. Let's get things started with Pearson George, who drives straight down the middle and gets the Eagles on the scoreboard first. Next, it's Wilcott Burke of the Bulldogs finding an angle to tie this game up by 1. Oh, with 8 minutes left in the first quarter. Then we have Gavin Honeycutt finding the cutting Max Matalucci. Folsom takes the lead 2-1. But Jacob French scores a goal to tie things up at 2 heading to the second quarter. Second quarter now is Dalton Farrar passing to Michael Abusi, who does a leaning fadeaway to score that point. Tough shot. More Folsom. This time it's Owen Gallen lobbing it to Wade Iverson, who puts that in the net for the Bulldogs. Folsom leads 4-2 with 5 minutes left in the second quarter. However, the Eagles respond with Jack Henson turning on the spin cycle and getting that point for Del Oro. More Eagles. This time it's Brandon Weber, who goes through the defense and ties things up at 4 all with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. But the Bulldogs respond as well, with Iverson going up and under for that score, and Folsom leads at the half 5-4. Back and forth we go in this one. Now George hitting a long shot that rolls in and ties things up at 5 with 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Folsom now with some great ball movement to get this score. It's Iverson connecting with Matalucci. On that point, again, more great passes from the Bulldogs, and that Sam Clark finding Jaden Hokey. Folsom leads 9-6 heading into the fourth quarter. It's Ferrara passing to Matalucci, and that's a bullseye. Folsom is firing on all cylinders, but the Eagles are still fighting back in this one with Cole Meyer going solo and getting that goal. But Folsom still leads 11-7 with 7 minutes left to go in this game. However, the Bulldogs putting the dagger in this one, with Ferrara finding Gollin for the easy point. Folsom wins the game 12-8. Matalucci leads the Bulldogs with 5 goals.
Each week this season, Roseville Hyundai brings us the Players of the Week. Our first Player of the Week is Corey Sugg from Tokay. The Tigers taking 2 out of 3 in their series against Tracy last week. In Game 1, Corey pitched 6 innings, striking out 8 in the 9-inning win. And at the plate, Corey went 4 for 5, driving in 2 and scoring the game-winning run.
Our second Roseville Hyundai Player of the Week is Daniela Hunter from Lincoln of Stockton. Lincoln beat Central Catholic in a NorCal final rematch last week. Daniela struck out 9 of the batters that she faced. She also hit the game-winning 2-run home run. Daniela Hunter and Corey Sugg, this week's Roseville Hyundai Players of the Week.
SMUD is leading the nation in clean power, so each week SMUD teaches us how we can save energy.
Here is this week's Clean Power City Tip powered by SMUD.
I'm Damani Johnson from Indercombe High School, and here's this week's Clean Power City Tip. Wash your laundry in cold water. It's just as effective and it'll save you energy. SMUD is leading the nation in clean power. Learn more at cleanpowercity.org.
Coming up, our first SunPower Electric Electric game. It's the Sac-Hi matchup between Pittman and Turlock.
Then River City and Laguna Creek in softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Summer's in full swing. Remember, SMUD's peak hours are 5 to 8 p.m. weekdays when electricity use is the highest. Shift some of your electricity usage to mid and off-peak hours when it costs less and renewable energy is plentiful. It's good for your bill, protects the environment, and helps our community too. Let's work together to save energy this summer. Learn more at smud.org/time of day.
Commitment, performance, pride. Roseville Hyundai is thrilled to be the feature sponsor of this week's Sac-Hi Players of the Week. We take great pride in recognizing each of your accomplishments as part of our continued effort to support the community. Come see the electrifying new lineup at Roseville Hyundai. From EVs and hybrids to our fuel cell vehicle, Hyundai Nexo. We've got you covered. Claim yours today.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. SF-Niners, we just win. SF-Niners, we just win. I'm from that field, I'm from that field. 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 I'm from that field.
We are back at the NBC Sports Studio at Levi's Stadium with our first SunPower Electric game tonight. It's game one of the Sac-Hi series between Pittman and Turlock. Both teams surging as of late. Pittman winning 8 of its last 10 games.
Turlock riding a 7-game win streak heading into the game. Our Nick Pecoraro was down in Turlock for the SunPower Electric game.
Electric game.
Nick Pecoraro here in Turlock. You know, our SunPower Electric game this week brings us 2 of the top teams in the Central California Athletic League. Both teams have Division I talent on their rosters. It's Pittman taking on Turlock. Turlock got off to a sluggish start at 1-6, but the Bulldogs have since rallied for 10 wins in their last 11 games. 6'7" Fullerton-bound lefty Peyton Hawkinson comes into Monday at 4-1 with a league-leading 63 strikeouts. Among those he'll battle in the Pittman lineup is Fresno State-bound Andrew Ballantyne, whose 3 home runs leads all Sac-Hi players. Brandon Leon gets the start at 3-1 with a 1.35 ERA for the Pride. The Big Hawk getting ready to take the mound for Turlock in our SunPower Electric game. And while he would walk the game's first batter, he'd go on to strike out the next 3 to get out of the top of the first. Bottom 1, Bulldogs with a runner on, but Brandon Leon gets a ground ball. It's up the middle, but shortstop Christian Jacinto is there, takes it to the bag himself and fires to Drew Walker at first for the inning-ending double play. Bottom 3 we go, Turlock batting with runners on for Carson Gonzalez. He hits the 5-6 hole to drive in Riley McCord. Same inning, 2 on for Sean Clark. He gets a hold of this pitch all the way out to the fence in deep left field. A 2-out, 2-run triple for Clark, and that makes it 4-0 Bulldogs after 3. How about some defense for you? Pittman grounds it in the hole, but Josh Ramirez backhands it. The quick footwork to fire to Tyler Castro, who does a nice pick job at first for the out. Bottom 4 now, Bulldogs barking again. Runners on second and third for Gannon Evans, who shoots one into left to score Andrew Lujan. That extends the Turlock lead to 5-0. Hawkinson held Pittman hitless until the 5th. The Pride finally breaks through. An RBI infield single from Andrew Ballantyne makes it 5-2. But the Bulldogs get cooking again in the bottom of the 5th. Bases juiced for Josh Ramirez. Man, that left field gap was a popular tourist attraction for the Bulldogs on Monday. Ramirez clears the bases with a triple, and Turlock stays hot with its 11th win in its past 12 games with a Game 1 victory.
We take advantage of all the opportunities we get. Practice, we're always on each other, trying to get better every day. From all of our games we won, we've seen it. So we're on a roll, and we just want to continue where we're going. So we are good. We are good.
From our SunPower Electric game, Nick Pecoraro, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Out to Laguna Creek, first place on the line for River City and the Cards. Laguna Creek gives up an early run, but that was it. Sarah Hanf shuts down the Raiders. Second inning, Laguna gets a runner on, but a heads-up play by River City's shortstop, Julia Medina, catching the soft liner and doubling up the runner. Bottom of the fourth, Selena Cuizar cruising along with a no-no thanks to plays like this. Emily, do you know the way to San Jose? Making the running catch, robbing a hit. Oh, that no-hitter was broken up the next batter, but still, good job. In the fifth, River City threatening, runner on third, but Hanf punches out another batter. She had 13 in the game, and we play on. Top of the sixth, the Raiders up, but check out the DP by Maya Gonzalez, Alicia Dominguez to Sophia Riles. Job done. Bottom of the sixth still 1-0 River City, but here comes Laguna. Ariel Burton puts a charge into this one. To right it goes. It's too hot to handle. Gonzalez motors around the bases, scoring the tying run. Next batter comes up for Laguna Creek, but she's got no chance to get the Cards the lead. Catcher Maddie Godina guns down the runner at third, and we stay tied at 1. In the top of the seventh, Godina starts the inning off with a base hit, and she stretches it out for a double. Then Godina steals third, and she takes off for home on the next play. It's a pass ball, sliding safely. Maddie Godina is in with the head first slide, and the Raiders lead late. What can you say about the pitch performance by Cuizar? Only one strikeout, but she kept the Cardinal bats quiet as River City pulls out the dub, surrendering only 3 hits in the game, and the law office of Godina and Medina score the runs for the Raiders.
Oh my God, my pitcher did amazing. She hit all her spots. My defense did so good. They were like in it the whole time, so I'm really proud of all of them.
Stanford Medicine brings us great advice for athletes each week.
Here's Dr. Joseph Donnelly with this week's health tip.
Patella or kneecap dislocations can occur during a twisting injury to the knee or a direct blow to the inner aspect of the knee. Often the patella will quickly relocate into its normal position, but it may remain dislocated, requiring urgent treatment by a medical specialist. Typically, we see a significant amount of swelling in the knee after this injury, and the knee joint range of motion may be limited. Patellar dislocations are usually treated with rest, bracing, and PT for range of motion and strength, with a return to sports in 3 to 4 months.
Coming up, we head to Folsom for the Capital Athletic League game between Vista Del Lago and Rio Americano.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section softball poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
Excellent service. They work with you to get the best deal.
Wood recommends anyone. Well done.
Tracy Toyota understands that our reputation of trust makes a difference, and our reviews prove we're with you all the way. Our customers are so happy with their buying experience, they proudly show it online. We even certify our used cars with an included warranty. During the Grab the Keys Let's Go sales event, get 3.99% on select new models. Tracy Toyota, with you all the way.
Right now, my electrical bill is about $10 a month.
This is definitely one of the best investments we did in our house.
All over the country, people are taking control over their electric bills by going solar with SunPower. We offer the most efficient, durable panels on the market, so you can see a return on your investment every month.
I was paying $220 a month. Now I pay about $22 a month.
Right now, 49ers faithful get a $1,000 Visa reward card from SunPower. Go online today.
Swung on a drive to deep right field. Isan Diaz has won this game. Johnson near the track, on the track, leaps up, and Bryce Johnson. Right field just looking up. Is marked and it is gone. What a blast from Gonzalez.
Rio Americano and Vista Del Lago squaring off for a 3-game Capital Athletic League series. Rio Americano comes into the week with a 6-3 league record. Senior Sam Marr batting .489 with 15 RBI so far.
Vista Del Lago comes in with a 9-3 league record. Senior Ryan Brown batting .360 with 10 stolen bases. Vista Del Lago up 1 game in the series. Game 2 played at Vista on Wednesday.
Plate meeting for the coaches and umps before the Raiders and Eagles square off in Game 2 of the series. Early on, Vista's starter Joey Goriente gets some help from his teammates Will Anderson and right making the catch before crashing into the cement. Blocks down the line. Rio Americano starter Caden Blonian was robbed of a hit, so he took out his aggression on the mound, getting the strikeout to end the inning for the Raiders. He had 10 of those. Raiders then get on the board first. Second inning, Brady Wilson stands on third. Reese Christensen is up, and he gets into this one to the deepest part of the field. It goes for a double, and Wilson trots in to score 1-0. Top of the third, similar situation for Rio. Less than 2 outs. Blonian does his job. Ground ball to second. Infield's playing back, so they get the out at first. Sam Marr scores for the Raiders 2-0. Bottom 4 now for Vista, who's chasing 2. They get one back. Tyler Boyard finds a gap in right center. That gets down for a hit, and Hayden Waits is in safely. Rio up 2-1. In the fifth we go. Rio putting the pressure on with 2 on from Marr, who jumps on the pitch, sends it to the deepest part of the yard for an extra base hit. Both Hudson Pryor and JT Alberghini race around the bases to score the third and fourth run of the games. Still in the fifth, they're loaded for Mr. Area Code Games player himself, Brady Wilson, who able to score the fifth run as he grounds out from third. Trevor Kashner makes the play for Vista. Marr scores for Rio. It's 5-1. Same inning, Vista has 1 out. Infield is in. A hard liner right at shortstop, Dylan Dre, who catches the liner and takes out the runner for the inning-ending Dre double play. To the seventh we go. Vista down but not out. Remember back in the first when Blonian was robbed by Anderson? Well, Caden gets his revenge. Running catch down the line. That is great, and Rio takes Game 2 of the series. 5-1 is your final.
Inderkum senior Samantha Stoll lost a very important figure in her life when she was just 9 years old.
Ever since, Sam has learned to navigate life without her older brother, learning how to honor his memory while also becoming her own person.
Meet Samantha Stoll. She just turned 18 years old and is nearing the end of her high school career at Inderkum. A 4-year varsity player, Sam will walk the stage at graduation in May, following in the footsteps of her older brother, Dylan Akins.
Bubba. We called him Bubba, yeah. I don't know, actually.
They were super close.
Assistant coach Gary Stoll is Sam's dad, Dylan's stepdad.
They were 10 years apart, so they were, really close. She adored him. Just the most caring person. He was always, looking after her and making sure everything was okay with her.
I was pretty close with him, even though there was quite a bit of an age gap. He was still my older brother. He took care of me.
Dylan, a 2-sport star at Inderkum, graduated back in 2013.
He had scholarship offers to play football, but he wanted to play baseball, so he was going to go to junior college and he was going to play both.
But Dylan's life was tragically cut short just after graduating.
Yeah, it was about a month and a half after he graduated high school, and he was in a single car accident. He was actually working, and just kind of a freak accident. He was pulling a trailer. The trailer pulled into the ditch, and it pulled the truck, and he didn't make it. I told both our younger one, Sam, and she has another younger brother, Jacob. I told them about it, and they were, devastated.
The feeling is kind of like unexplainable. Like you can't really, I don't know, heart just dropped.
At just 9 years old, Sam had to learn how to cope with emotions that come with such tragedy.
My mom and dad did want me to go to counseling just to talk about whatever I was feeling, so knowing that I wasn't alone. People were here for me to listen to me. And I also think that just doing it for him, using him as an inspiration, because he had over 500 people at his candlelight vigil. He was always helping in the community. He made a big impact in people's lives. And so I kind of just always wanted to look up to that and how I want to carry on in his footsteps and leave a legacy behind as well.
The park across the street from the high school is dedicated to Dylan. Sam got to play in the inaugural softball game wearing his old practice jersey. Now, just like Dylan when he was Sam's age, Sam wears number 19.
I do that to carry on his legacy physically. I feel like just to look at number 19 and see okay, he's here with me. I could take a deep breath and know and trust that he's here with me and he'll help me through whatever I need help with. When I'm struggling with like anything, especially in this sport, like I'll look up to the sky and be like, okay, like help me out right here. Like I need this right here. I like to do it for my mom a lot too because I know it means a lot to her and my dad, of course. Especially since I'm getting to the age that he was at right now, it's probably a lot for her and very scary for her. But I just want her to be able to have comfort in me, and I want her to feel that I'm trying my best to not be like him because I want to be my own person, but just carry the good traits that he would have continued to carry if he was still here.
Traits like striving for a college education. Sam will learn and play next season at UC Santa Barbara. Dylan's dream that Sam gets to now experience. And with Dylan and Sam's thoughts every step of the way, she is sure to take all of her goals and knock them out of the park.
Samantha is incredibly grateful for the ability to play softball in college. She and her dad believe if Dylan was still here, he would take the trip down to Santa Barbara any chance he got to watch her play.
Absolutely. All right, coming up, the Mattress Firm Perfect Match, Yuba City taking on Bella Vista.
Then Oak Ridge and Folsom in softball, but first here's this week's Spirit Corner featuring the cheer team from Pittman.
Trevor was born a champion. He knows how to make lemonade from lemons. He also knows that comfort is all year round. So sometimes when you can't make lemonade, you make hot chocolate. Today, Trevor is proud to be a service champion. We're now offering a $58 2-for-1 special. You'll get a comprehensive AC tune-up and a free furnace safety inspection. High five service, champion attitude. Call 800-5-CHAMPS.
Sac-Hi Sports is brought to you by these fine companies who care about high school sports. By Stanford Medicine, #1 in Northern California for orthopedics, and by SunPower, a proud sponsor of the San Francisco 49ers.
We head to the Capital Valley Conference for our Mattress Firm Perfect Match. Wood Creek leads the league coming into the week with Bella Vista in second and Yuba City in third.
Right, Bella Vista and Yuba playing this week. The Broncos' Ethan Benson takes the mound for game one, facing Yuba's Jake Gonzalez. Bella Vista and Yuba City squaring off in this week's Mattress Firm Perfect Match.
Honks and Broncs in our Mattress Firm Perfect Match. The Yuba City Honkers visiting the Bella Vista Broncos on Tuesday. Top one we go, runner on second for James Garceau. The big fella would have a big day at the dish. This one is good for an RBI double in the right center gap. CJ Hopper scores, and it's 1-0 Yuba. 2 on now for Nathaniel Hurley. A little check swing nubber that looks like out number 2, but the throw gets away. Garceau and Caden Bullock come in to score, and it's 3-0. Gabe Cheadle gets in on the action with an RBI knock. Hurley scores to make it 4-0 before the Broncos can hit. But Bella Vista comes out swinging. Jamie Groshong swats a double into left to start a Bella Vista rally, but Yuba puts the kibosh on it. Donnie Supat with a nice play at third base to end the inning. Top of the second we go, Yuba with runners on the corners. CJ Hopper with a line drive to third base, but Paul McGaffick goes home with it to prevent another run. But it would only temporarily hold the Honkers as James Garceau comes through again with his second double of the game, and Yuba City leads 5-0. Same inning, Bella Vista would get the strikeout, but we've got aggressive honkers on the base paths. As Hopper scores on the drop third strike, and it's 6-0 Yuba after 2. Jake Gonzalez was solid on the mound, 4 2/3, 4 hits and 4 strikeouts on Tuesday. And Yuba's back at it in the third. Sophomore Elijah Moncher, he's hitting .700 in the 4 games since being called up from JV this month. Garceau collects his 3rd hit of the day to lead off the 4th, and then Gabe Cheadle gets his 2nd hit of the day, and that makes it 10-0.
Have a day. Go ahead, have a day. Green light, have a day.
Yuba coach Maury Castaneda gives Garceau a 3-0 green light. He's 3 for 3 already. Have a day indeed, Mr. Garceau. His 3rd double of the day. That's baseball's equivalent of a triple-double. And the Honkers bats come alive on Tuesday, and they would win the series on Thursday.
I think we started out slow, so some of our stats, like hitting-wise, aren't great for some people, but I think we're a great overall hitting team, and now we're hitting our stride.
Brian Mueller saying hello Thursday afternoon, where our camera was causing a little consternation for the Bulldogs as they host Oak Ridge. Trojans with 2 on in the first. It's hit the shallow left, but Liliana Deanda comes flying in to take a run away from Oak Ridge. It's 1-0 Trojans now in the second. Bulldogs with a runner on third. Haven Slamma hits this to deep short. A great effort by the shortstop Carly Short, but it's an infield RBI single, and we're tied at 1. That's when the pitching and defense started to shine. We get a diving play of the infield variety this time by Lauren Holcomb, getting dirty for the out in the 4th. In the 5th, Ellison Schroeder doing it herself, gets the backwards K, one of her 6 punch-outs. To the 6th now. Trojans have them loaded for Brooklyn Parator, and she drives in the go-ahead run the painful way. The HBP good for an RBI, and Oak Ridge leads 2-1. They're still loaded for Emery Glazer, and she hits a laser down the right field line. That's a fair ball. 2 runs come in, and Oak Ridge is up 4-1. They add to the lead top 7. Carmen Montes de Oca hits it deep enough to left to score Sam Alekman on the sac fly. 5-1 Trojans. The Bulldogs trying to make something happen in their final frame. Roxanne Sardo socks this to deep center for a double. Then it looks like the Bulldogs get another break on the air, but a heads-up play by Maddie Rivas to start the rundown, and that would end the game. Oak Ridge wins it 5-1 the final.
Service Champions Heating and Air Conditioning is shining a spotlight on athletes who excel in their sport and give back to their schools.
In this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight, we feature Kellen Fulps from 12 Bridges High School. Kellen was the captain of the basketball team. He is also in leadership and serves as the horn leader of school spirit. The Rhino student section was recently named the student section of the year. Kellen Fulps from 12 Bridges, this week's Service Champions Student Spotlight.
Coming up, West Park takes on Ponderosa.
Then it's Gavin Farina and his Turlock Christian Eagles facing Millennium. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports. It's a log jam on top of the Foothill Valley League standings. Ponderosa and Lincoln enter the week on top of the league with 4-2 records. West Park sitting just 1 game back.
Ponderosa taking game 1 of the series in extra innings. Tyler Scowcroft with 3 RBI in the win. The Panthers' Tyler Hutchinson with 2 RBIs while pitching 5 innings and striking out 9. Game 2 played on the Bruins' home field on Thursday.
West Park coach Ben Peterson won a section title with Ponderosa in 2019, but Grant Tonelli's Bruins were ready for the Panthers on Thursday. Bruins starter Ricky Larson was sharp early, getting the punch out to end the first. Bottom 2 we go, runners on for the Ninja, Alex Reel. You put the ball in play and good things will happen. The West Park error scores a run and the Bruins lead 2-0 after 2. Bottom 3 now, Matthew Gallant gets a 2-out rally going with a double into left, and that sets the stage for Aiden Arnett. Aiden just demolishes this pitch until we meet again, baseball. Arnett's first of the year is a 2-run shot, and he gets to rock this bad boy. Ain't nobody dope as me. I'm dressed so fresh, so clean. Pondo up 4-0. Panthers trying to make a move in the 4th. Freshman Devin Johnson goes the other way for just West Park's 2nd hit of the game. His double puts runners at 2nd and 3rd for Andrew Curtan, who gets an RBI ground out to score Aiden Diome from 3rd, and West Park is on the board. But Pondo with runners on again in the 4th for senior Ian Holt, the Foothill Valley League's RBI leader, adding to that total with a drive into the gap. That scores Alex Reel and Lucas Roberts. And the Bruins are catching a case of the RB-itis as the next batter, George Tchaikovsky, drives home Holt with a single, and it's 7-1 Bruins. And that would be more than enough for Pondo starter Ricky Larson, still in there in the 7th, going for a complete game. He finishes off a 2-hit gem with one of his 7 strikeouts on Thursday as the Bruins take the series win as we start to hit the home stretch.
Tracy area sports coverage is presented by Tracy Toyota off Freeway 205 in Tracy, with you all the way. Turlock Christian and Millennium squaring off in the hunt for the CCAA crown. Top of the first, Xavier Moore up with 2 outs, and he smacks a single the opposite way. Moore is on board, but Rob York gets the swing through to end the inning, and we are scoreless after the first frame. Bottom of the second, Zachary Reyes in the stretch with a runner on first, but he too gets the strikeout, so still no score after 2. Top of the third, Damian Muscat turns on this pitch, a hard hit single to left, and that gets past the left fielder. Muscat looking for 3 bags, he dives in safely. That's the Falcons' first runner in scoring position, but the inning ends on the 4-3 put out Will Kelly to Joe Farina, and York gets out of the inning. Bottom of the third, Turlock Christian has the bases loaded. Joe Farina, the ground ball to third. Bo Blake scores, and the ball gets away. But catcher Ethan Dowell flips it to Reyes for the out at home. 1-0 Eagles after the fielder's choice. 2 batters later, Andrew Fisher comes to the plate and hits a ball down the third baseline, and it rolls into left. Gavin Farina scores on the hit, and it's 3-0 Turlock Christian after the inning. The Eagles tack on a few more in the bottom of the 4th. Gavin Farina with a shot to right center, and it splits the fielders. Blake trots home as Gavin hustles into third, a triple for last year's pitcher of the year. Freshman Joe Farina is the one to drive him in, a seeing-eye ground ball up the middle for the not-so-little Farina. It's 7-0 after the inning. Pitcher Rob York goes the distance, throwing a complete game shutout on 107 pitches. Striking out 12, the Eagles improve to 5-0 in league to stay on top of the CCAA standings. St. Francis and Vista Del Lago battling it out for second place in the Delta League standings. St. Francis with the lead early on. Carly Okamoto passes to Elizabeth Barger. Barger converts to make it 6-all with just under 3 minutes to play in the first half. But Vista Del Lago goes on to take the lead into the break. Siri Robinson, hey Siri, can you pass Lauren Hagel the ball? Sure can. 7-6 Vista at the half. The Falcons up by 2 here. Jane Tattersall cuts through her defenders, finds open net, 8-7 St. Francis. Then it's Tattersall tying it up. Watch Jane fake out the defense. Jane finishing with the team high 5 goals. Then it's Jane nabbing the assist. Kira Miles puts the Trubies in the lead for the first time since the first half with 17 minutes left to go. 9-8 St. Francis. Shay Allen goes around the back. Hayden Crowley-Brunt comes out of nowhere and 1 times at home. This game is tied at 7. Then it's Allen coming in hot to take the lead back for Vista. We have got a game, folks. Trubies down by 1. Brynlyn Hodge switches arms. No biggie for Brynlyn. Tied at 11 with 8.5 to go. Allen working hard. I see 4 Troubadours guarding Shay. The sidearm shot goes. Vista takes the lead. Siri Robinson. There is no stopping her. She delivers a bullet, and Vista Del Lago scores 5 unanswered goals to take the win. Robinson to Crowley-Brunt for the final goal of the game, and that is Hayden's 5th goal, leading the Falcons to the 16-11 win, improving to 3-2 in league play.
Each week we showcase a top recruit from the Sac-Joaquin section.
This week's top recruit is Sydney Barker from Rockland. Sydney is one of the best shortstops in the nation. Well, Sydney caught the eye of one of the best programs in the nation. She will learn and play at the University of Oklahoma.
That's a good one. Coming up, our second SunPower Electric game, the MEL Showdown with Vacaville and Vandy.
Then it's Rodriguez and Vacaville in softball. You're watching 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Every day, the sun comes up. And right on cue, the work begins. We start every morning, knowing full well we are in it for the long haul. Our work is a labor of love. No task too small, no moment uncherished. And although we're not often thanked, we rest knowing that our work is making a brighter future. This is more than milk.
Tim never leaves his wife's side. But since junk sleep gave him a crick in his neck,
who's there?
He can't turn his head to see her. Now he's convinced she's left him.
Michelle?
Only our Love Your Mattress guarantee gets you the lowest price and 120 nights to sleep on it.
You came back.
Unjunk your sleep at Mattress Firm.
Score that touchdown and run it up again. Score that touchdown and run it up again. Yes, Sac-Niners, we just win. I'm from that field.
We head to Fairfield for our second SunPower Electric game. Vanden is the defending Monticello Empire League champs. The Vikings looking strong again this season, but so do the Vacaville Bulldogs.
Yeah, Vacaville taking game 1 of the 3-game series with Vanden on Monday. The Bulldogs will look to clinch the series win on Wednesday. The Vikings trying to even it up. Here is Brian Mueller in Fairfield for our second SunPower Electric game.
Vacaville and Vanden, a rivalry steeped in tradition no matter what sport we're talking about, but particularly in baseball where these two teams always seem to play each other close. That's why it's our SunPower Electric game. Now last year Vanden swept the 3-game series, but every game was decided by 1 run. But as soon as I say that, the Bulldogs won game 1 of the series by 10 runs on Monday. They've got some big bats in the lineup, including Benny Dyer, who leads the team in hits and RBI. As for the Vikings, their long boat is powered by Dalen Shipp, who slugged 3 homers along with 13 RBI. It's hammer time in Vanden as the Vikings try to even the series. Top 1 Bulldogs with 2 on, but it's the crafty lefty Alex Moshart getting out of the jam with a strikeout. But the next inning, Vacaville does one better and has the bases loaded, and this time they cash in. Cal Elvis doesn't quite leave the building, but hits it deep enough for a double. That plates 2, and the Dogs strike first thanks to the Kansas commit, and they keep it going in the inning. Cy Dempsey lines a base hit to left, another run comes in, and it's 3-0. More where that came from. Tyler Chalk strokes at the center, and Vacaville puts up a crooked number in the second. They take a 4-0 lead. Meanwhile, Nick Vieira was feeling good on the mound, and why wouldn't he with this defense behind him? Drew Carrington to Brendan Murphy for the 6-4-3 double play to end the second. But the Vikings showing they can play some D as well. A double play a different way. Moshart the strikeout, Cody Buckley the throwout to clear the base paths. Bottom 3, Vanden with a runner on, and how about another variety of turning 2? Carrington does this one himself and gets another twin killing. That ends the third. It's 5-0 now in the fourth when Drew Lamon blasts one to left center. 2 more runs come in, and the Bulldogs have broken this game open. And Vieira wasn't going to let his defense have all the fun. Gets a K here to end the fourth for another shutdown inning. You know what this game needs? One more double play, and we got it in the sixth. This one of the 4-6-3 variety. A tough one at that, but Carrington and Murphy are up to the task again. 3 DPs for the Bulldogs on the day, and Vacaville goes on to take game 2, 9-0. Vieira with some high praise for his defense.
They're always like that. I'm kind of like spoiled in the sense that, you know, we got a Division I committed catcher behind the plate, and then we got 2 just absolute dudes in the middle infield. Our corners are just locked down. I'm kind of used to it, but I don't take it for granted. You know, I'm very thankful for that.
Reporting in Fairfield for the SunPower Electric game, Brian Mueller, 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.
Rodriguez travels to Vacaville, a game behind the Bulldogs, who sit atop the Monticello Empire League. Bulldog starter Zochit Atade starts the game with back-to-back strikeouts, and second baseman Jordan Munn dives to field a grounder, making the throw from Renese to record the out. Leading the second, Brooklyn Danina crushes the first pitch, sending it over the wall in right field to put the Mustangs up a run. Bottom 4, and with the runner on third, Munn lines a pitch into right field to score a Bulldog run. Top 5 and shortstop Layla Dean rushes in to scoop a grounder and throw to first where Michaela Freshour does the splits to make the catch. Bottom 5, and with 2 runners on, Allison Walling hammers it off the wall in right field to bring in a Vacaville run. And Paige Witt follows with a base hit single to right. Walling rounds third and slides in safe at home, giving the Bulldogs a 5-1 lead. Ellie Steiger leads the 6th inning for Rodriguez with a ground ball single. And Haley Permenter follows by slapping one up the middle to put 2 on with no outs. But after recording 1 out, Atade leaps to snag a hard hit ball and throws to first to end the threat. Top 7 and with 2 outs and a runner on, Mon makes the grab to end the game. The Bulldogs improved to 6-0 in league play.
Each week we present the Scholar Athlete Award.
This week's Scholar Athlete Award goes to Cam Staton from Placer, the Westmont College commit earning a 4.0 GPA.
Coming up, it's Central Catholic taking on East Union.
Then Dixon and Pioneer 49ers Sac-Hi Sports will be right back. The top of the Valley Oak League standings is also jam-packed with 4 teams all within 1 game of first place. Central Catholic is the defending champs with Joel Roberts having a great senior season.
East Union's Dylan Lee is a San Jose State football commit. Go Spartans. The senior is leading the baseball team with 13 RBI on the year. The Raiders and Lancers battle in Game 1 of the 3-game series on Monday.
East Union in the white and red hats hosting Central Catholic, who busted out the cream and navy blue look. It was East Union getting out to a big lead early on this one. EU has Noah Calms on third, and AJ Vasquez goes with the outside pitch to right field, scoring Calms, and the Lancers lead at 1-0. East Union puts up 5 runs in the first inning. Here's Ashton Heath with a single to left, scoring on the hit is Carson Sanders, and the Lancers are in business. EU gets 1 more in the second, but Central Catholic responds in the third. Xavier Deep knocks a few runners in as he pulverizes the ball to the wall in center, part of a 5-run third, and it's now 6-5 ball game. Then in the fourth, Central Catholic has 2-1 for Big Joel Roberts, who gets all this one over the Red Monster in center for a 3-run shot. In the fifth, East Union down 2. Ace Avalar is able to cause a balk, so he's awarded home, and it's now only a CC 8-7 lead. In the bottom of the seventh, same score, Macho Man Randy Martinez stands on second, and the tie and run with 2 outs. Calms is able to come through in the clutch as he dumps the pitch in the center. It falls in front of JP Wentworth, and the quarterback shows off his cannon, but Martinez is able to slide in safely, and the game's tied up at 8. 2 extras we go, and the Raiders have a runner on second. Here's where it gets a bit crazy. Adrian Garcia is up, and he fouls the ball down the line. The first baseman, Zach Grabowski, catches it in play for EU, but as you can see, he goes out of play. The play is now dead, and the umpire awards the Raiders a 2-base out-of-play deal. So AJ Maligi comes in to score, and that would do it. Central Catholic wins 9-8 in 8 innings.
Pioneer going for the series sweep over Dixon Friday afternoon in Woodland. Brian Mueller here to see it. Patriots putting on pressure from the beginning. Bottom 1, it's a wild pitch. Carson Timothy comes in to score, and Pioneer strikes first. Then Jack Cullison keeps things moving. He goes oppo to right, and Pioneer has a 2-0 lead. And they weren't done in the inning. Sammy Sanchez with a beaut of a bunt. He's safe at first. Ryan Pearson comes in to score. It's 3-0. Still bottom 1. Rolando Ramos hits a bouncer that gets through the left side. Cullison comes home. It's a 4-run inning for the Pats. Bottom 2 now. Cullison up again with a couple on, and he goes nearly to the same spot in right. This time 2 runners come in. It's 6-0. But the Rams rebuttal in the third. Hayden Moore hits it back to the mound. Drew Van Court gets the out at second, but the throw to first is off the wall. A good bounce back, but Jaden Mulish Reynolds able to score, and Dixon is on the board. The Rams looking for more in the inning, but Ramos with a nice pick at second to end the inning. Top 4 now. Kai Mulish Reynolds drops this into right. Logan Santiago plates the Rams' second run of the game, and it's 6-2. Bottom half of the inning. Pioneer has them loaded again, and they get another run on a wild pitch. The score is now 7-2 Patriots. After getting a run on a walk, this ball has a tricky hop, and it's another runner home for Pioneer, and the Pats go on to sweep the series as they take Game 3, 11-2.
Rio Linda just a few wins away from clinching the Golden Empire League title, taking on Pioneer Monday. Josiah Vang receives the serve. It's a perfect setup for Vincent Vang, and Nicholas Santos tools it off the block. The Knights go up 6-3. Rio Linda goes on to take the 10-point lead as Jonathan Yang sets it up for Matthew Vang. The Knights having lots of fun. Rio Linda takes the first set. The Patriots looking to come back in the second. Cordell Barr, the dig, Gerald Kabakungan sets it for Emiliano Sanchez, and that shot finds open court. The Pats pull within 2 of the Knights when Luis Garcia throws up the impenetrable block, 11-9 Rio Linda. But the Knights come back on the next point. Jonathan Yang with the serve to Elijah Mua. Elijah drops the hammer. Jonathan Yang can hit pretty hard too, the senior captain with incredible hang time. The Knights with a 4-point run. But Pioneer holding on. Caden Worth gets a second chance here, and Caden demolishes this ball to make it 15-10. But Rio Linda goes on to take the set. The denial from the 6'2 Emmanuel Mua, 25-12 the score in set 2. And Rio Linda goes on to get the sweep. Matthew Vang gets it over to Jonathan Yang. He would finish with 6 kills, and we finish the highlights just how it started with the kill leader, Nicholas Santos. This time from the back row, Santos with 9 kills as Rio Linda improves to 10-1 in Golden Empire League play, 15-2 on the year.
Remember, you can buy all of the game footage we shoot throughout the week. Go to 49ers Sac-Hi Sports.com to order entire game videos.
Please follow us on social media for more prep sports content. 49ers.Sac-Hi is our handle on Instagram and Twitter. And be sure to subscribe to our YouTube site where you can find all of the highlights aired on our show.
Coming up, we will choose the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. This could be the Play of the Week, maybe not.
But first, take a look at our Sac Joaquin section Top 10 Baseball Poll presented by Tracy Toyota.
It is time to announce the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week. The River Cats will be hosting our end of the season awards ceremony for all of our players of the year. That's at Sutter Health Park on May 28th.
We'll list off a few contenders and then announce the winner of the Sacramento River Cats Play of the Week.
Play of the Week.
Let's start off with Folsom's Lauren Holcomb, a diving catch at third. She got all dirty too. Down south we go. Turlock's Josh Ramirez with the backhand, and then Tyler Castro the pick at first. Nice job. How about Vista Del Lago's Tyler Dre, the unassisted DP, that snags the liner and then tags out the runner. What a Dre! Rio Americano's Caden Baloney, the running catch down the line. What? That's sick. But this was sicker. Folsom's Liliana Deonde, the diving catch, robbing a hit with the bases loaded. How about that?
That is the River Cats Play of the Week, and that is 49ers Sac-Hi Sports for this week. Thanks for watching. I'm Aubrey Tolliver.
And I'm Robert Bronstein. Be sure to join us next week as the league races come down to the wire. Rodriguez can clinch its first MEL title in school history. The highlights and more coming up next week.